Hello, good afternoon. It is about 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so I am about an hour later than usual. The schedule is a little bit off as we approach the holidays, so I'll be totally honest why I am an hour later than usual. We'll see if anyone hops on. I know most people are used to me doing Tuesday at 2, but this week it's Tuesday at 3, which kind of rhymes as well. So hopefully I'm in the right place on the Jen Stampin' for Fun Facebook page. And each week I like to show some stamping inspiration. And the idea is really just to show what I enjoy doing and show stamping and hopefully inspire some of you to either try stamping for the first time or to say hello to me. I love to just connect and chat with people. So don't be shy if you're logging on. Feel free to say hello so that I know you're watching. I know it's weird this week. And then I realized I won't be on next week, so I may as well set that expectation right up front because next week is Christmas Eve, so I'm pretty sure I won't be down in my craft cave working on the computer or doing anything like that. I might be down here stamping, but that'll be because I want to and I love being down here and stamping. So, but next week there won't be a Tuesday at 2 Facebook Live. However, I think I will be back the week after. I think that would be maybe the 30th of December. So if you remember, each month I have a product of the month, and so I like to do stamping with the product of the month each month and just give it a real chance to shine each month. So this month has been this stamp set. Let's see if I've got it here. This is the stamp set that I have been showcasing this month, the Hoot Hoot Hooray stamp set. So anybody who places online orders and uses the host code can get a class in the mail mailed to you. So I will have the tutorials and have that all ready. So that's part of the fun. Oh, big announcement. Those of you who are on my newsletter list, you'll have known the clearance rack was updated, which is very exciting because some items are like 60% off the regular retail price. So it's always very fun, even fun for me, to see a clearance rack update just on my online store. You can click it and see all the things that are on special. A big one that was very exciting was the large letter dies. They are on sale. So they were really expensive before at full price. Totally worth it because you get all 26 letters, but now it's on sale on the clearance rack. So make sure to take a peek at that, and you can not only enjoy some great deals, but also enjoy taking advantage of my online shopping special. Okay, so why don't we dive in? I don't know if anyone's catching me at 3 p.m. It seems pretty quiet out there, but if you are on, make sure to say hi so I don't feel quite so lonely. Okay, so I told you about the clearance rack being updated. The other big thing is those of you who are local, even if you're long distance, don't forget about my customer appreciation event on December the 29th. Oh, yay, we have a friend. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Diane. So December the 29th is my customer appreciation event. And if you're long distance, so if you've ever shopped with me before, you get to attend the event completely free. It's a Sunday afternoon drop-in. I'm using it also as kind of a kickoff sneak peek to the new spring catalog. So make sure to RSVP if you're coming. If you're long distance, you can still RSVP on my Eventbrite site where I have the tickets, because even if you can't come, you can still get the make and take sent to you, but you do have to register and just say, I was a past customer, I shopped this year, and I can mail you the completed make and takes, the ones that I'm doing at the customer appreciation event. So you still get a little gift from me. Hi, Donna. Okay, so yay, we have some friends on. Let's do some stamping because I wanted to make it extra special this week, like a little Christmas present. I'll actually be doing 2 projects. Okay, so hopefully I don't mess up. Hopefully everything works out the way I planned, and we'll have time to do 2 projects. Okay, so that's like my Christmas present to you since I won't be on next week. Does that sound okay? Okay, so let's flip this over and see whether we can get our camera all organized here. I'm always a little nervous that it's not going to go the way I want. Okay, let's see here. Okay, come on over. We're ready for some stamping. How are you guys doing? I would love to hear how everyone else is getting ready for the holidays and getting ready for everything. Are you feeling busy, stressed out? What's the news? Tell me everything. And then we'll know if I'm the only one that's busy or but I'm good. I'm actually slowing down a bit. One thing that I'm doing that I'm excited about is tomorrow, actually, I am going to the Christmas market. Now, in Toronto, they have this Christmas market, and there's lots of vendors outside, and just a lot of nice decorations. And my husband's taking the day off work tomorrow. He took a personal day so that we could go to the Christmas market. But then it turns out tomorrow's supposed to be like the coldest day ever, so I'm going to be wearing long johns because the whole thing's outside. But okay, so that all came about because I am slowing down. I'm doing Christmassy things, but I'll be in here stamping too. Okay, so let's get started with our Hoot Hooray stamp set. I am going to be using the Highland Heather cardstock. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it here. Normally we're going to cut it at the 5.5 mark. Now you guys should all be super happy for me. I remembered to put on my glasses today, so hopefully I'll get the right measurement. I think last week when I was cutting, I cut the wrong measurement because I didn't have my glasses and I couldn't see everything. Okay, and then we're going to do a little score. The great thing about this trimmer is it's got a scoring tool right there. So we can score it. That'll be our card base. Okay, so we'll use the Highland Heather, and then we're going to use, I'm using the Settles Designer Series paper, and I'm going to use this gingham pattern here, and I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches. Okay, actually I might cut this way and cut 2 inches off. So the measurement that I'm looking for is 2 inches by 5.5 inches. Hi, I'm glad you found me, Lindsay. I was worried nobody would join me since I changed my time to 3 p.m. Eastern instead of 2 p.m. Okay, so let's pop that on. But since you're just joining, Lindsay, I can tell you that I'm going to give a little Christmas present this week. And my Christmas present is that I'm actually going to do 2 projects. So hopefully you guys have time to see both of the projects. But this is one of them here. I'm going to put this, and I don't know if you saw, but on the clearance rack, the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper was on it. I don't know if it's still on the clearance rack, but it has some, like the paper has that gingham pattern there too, and it's a great price on the clearance rack. Okay, so this will be kind of our card base. We'll put that aside, and let's cut a little bit more of our Highland Heather here, and we're going to use the stitch nested framelit dies. Okay, and get that going. I'm just going to get my big shot, my big shot is in big production, working very hard as I do my swaps. Every time there's a new catalog, I like to participate in some swapping because that's how I get some great samples for my display board or great ideas for my classes. So my big shot has been working high power to get my swaps done. Okay, so I'm using the largest nested die there, and I love this one because there's some pretty stitched design in it when we cut it out. So if you're just joining in, don't be shy. Say hi and comment. I love to read all the comments afterwards, and it doesn't make me feel as lonely. And there we go. Can you see what a nice stitched pattern it has? Okay, and before I put my friend the big shot away, I may as well cut out the other piece we need. I'm using a stitched, from the Stitch Shape Framelits, I'm using the oval shape. And let's see if we can, I always like to use all my scraps. I'm sure you're like me. Let's see if we can squeeze out an oval from here. Might be tight, might be tight. Let's see if we can do it. And see if we can cut it out. If not, it'll just be a little off. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, Who wants to place bets? Did I get it or not get it? Yes, I got the whole oval. Fantastic. That's a great way. So I always like to save all my scraps. I'm sure you guys do too, because so many different ways you can use it. Okay, so I think we're done with Mr. Big Shot. Let's move him down. So if you guys missed the announcement last week, Stampin' Up! Is back to selling the cutting pads. So if you need to get your cutting pads replaced, let me know, because they are now selling them again. Okay, so we're using the cute, oh my goodness, I'm losing my ability to speak. The cute Hoot Hoot Hooray stamp set, and we're going to use the Happy Birthday cupcakes for this one. Okay, so I think I'll see if I can get my samples from the previous weeks. All month we've been showcasing this stamp set. I loved last week's card, the little baby card. And then let's pop this on a block here. And I'm going to use the Memento Black ink. You have a scrap bin just for white paper, Lindsay. Good job. Good job. No waste over there. Okay, so we'll ink that up and we'll stamp it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if I did a good job there. Fortunately, paper has two sides. Oh, I think we did okay. And then I'm going to take another piece and I'm going to stamp it again. Okay. So I'll stamp it again. Doesn't matter that I'm stamping it upside down. And I'm going to use our paper snips, which are great scissors. They've got a nice sharp tip there. And I am going to just trim the little banner out. I know, what? Genevieve hardly ever fussy cuts, but today is the day. It's a good thing I got my glasses. I know, I really love it when there's a punch or a die, but I just think this card looks a little bit cuter when the banner is punched out a little bit. So we'll just fussy cut this out the best we can. These are great activities to work on our eye-hand coordination. No one tells you as you get older, it's like you're going backwards, you know? Like when you're a kid, you're learning how to cut, and then when you get older and you can't see as well, you're back to learning how to cut. So that's life, circle of life, I guess. Tell me what some of you guys are doing to get ready for the holidays. Are any of you guys bakers? I think Lindsay is. Lindsay likes to bake. I'm not a big baker, but I might do a little bit of baking in preparation for having some people over. Okay, so there we go. We've got our little banner. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do some coloring. It's so fun. And you know, one of my favorite markers to use when coloring is the blends markers, because they're alcohol based and they are smooth, super smooth. So what I'm going to do is I'm using the Highland Heather, and I am going to, let's try the Highland Heather here and just color our little cupcake. Okay. So I am going to kind of try and see if I can avoid the little sprinkles, because then I can color the sprinkles a different color. Okay, so we'll just go around. There's actually a brush tip and a blunt tip on our blends markers, so it's totally personal preference which you like to use. There's absolutely no right or wrong. That's the one thing I love about crafting, is that you really can't mess up because it's your creation. So no judging. You can do it whatever way you want. And the fun thing also about crafting is that there's such a community. There's such a community of people that are so happy to show what they've made. And I'm happy if you want to copy it or change it up, or, you know, copy it exactly if you want. I know I've had people almost feel guilty and tell me that they copied something I made, but don't feel guilty. I probably copied this idea from somebody else. Actually, I think I did, now that I'm mentioning it. I got a stamping tutorial from another demonstrator in the US, Rhonda Wade, and I think I may have gotten this card from her. So we all like to share our different ideas and enjoy them. Okay, so there we go. And let's do the sprinkles. I don't know what color we should do the sprinkles. I don't know. Pink is a fun color for sprinkles, right? So I think I've got the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, it's Calypso Coral. But I am going to use the Blunted for this one, because then it's a lot easier. Okay, so we'll do the Calypso Coral on the sprinkles. Okay, perfect. And then we'll, I love these blends markers. They make me so happy. Okay, let's color our cupcake bottoms. Okay. So alcohol markers do dry out a little faster than our water-based markers, but that's because they're alcohol, and alcohol dries faster. But it is totally worth the investment anyway, because they give just such a smooth finish. Totally worth the investment. And you don't have to buy them all at once, obviously. You can, you know, buy them individually, buy them in pairs. It's all the same price anyway. Okay, let's do this one. I might use the purple posy here. Let's see. Use the brush tip. Okay. Yeah. Brighten it up a bit here. Okay. And then, so fussy cutting this banner out just helps to kind of brighten things up there. Where's my other, is this my Highland Heather? Yep, let's do that. So then we can kind of highlight the happy birthday there. Okay, great. And then we'll pop that on top. See how that little extra bit makes it a little bit fun? So let me grab my dimensionals and we'll put a little bit of dimensionals. If you're just joining in, make sure to say hi. I love to see who's on, and you can let me know what you've been up to. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we've got our little card base. We've got our little dimensional here. Oh, sorry, our nested die. So let's put some adhesive on there. Okay, and then we've got a super cute happy birthday card. So let me, I think I'll pop it up again with some dimensionals. Sorry, I have my dimensionals on my display board, so I needed to kind of get it down. Okay. Let's peel the backing off, and then we'll pop that up. Wouldn't that be a nice birthday card? And then, of course, we need a little embellishment. Do you remember the embellishments I used the last time? The cute library clips. Let's use those again. Okay. It just is very cute to add a little bit of something. A little bit of extra love there. And then I'm laughing because I wanted to use some white baker's twine here, but I cannot guarantee that I'll find the white baker's twine because I took it. Oh, no, I do have it. Did you guys see my Facebook post the other day? I think it was on Sunday. I took a picture of the turkey. We were making a turkey dinner for our church group, and I had taken the baker's twine up to see whether I could make some kind of turkey lifter. You know how there's like these things that are like turkey lifters? So the big question was, would the baker's twine be able to hold this turkey? So we cooked the turkey, we tried to lift it out. The string did not break. I think I just didn't position it properly, and if you don't position the string properly to lift out the turkey, it just totally doesn't work. So unfortunately, the result was that it did not work. But anyway, my baker's twine is here. It's all good. And we all enjoyed a lovely turkey dinner at our house on Sunday. And I made too many potatoes, because if you don't know me, you need to know that I love potatoes. Super duper love potatoes. So my husband was like, oh, I think we got enough potatoes. I'm like, you know what? It can't hurt to do more potatoes. But now we've got all this leftover potato. I think we might be having shepherd's pie tonight. Okay, so here's our project number 1. And if you're just joining in, you will hear that I decided to do 2 projects today, like a little holiday present for you since I won't be on next week. So if you're still with me, this is project number 1, and I am going to dive into project number 2. Are you ready? Are you curious what the second project is? I'm curious too. No, I'm just joking. I know what it is. Okay, so I'm just laughing because I just decided today that I was going to do a second project. So I hope I have all the measurements secured in my brain. because it's not like I've made this 100 times. I made it today, and I said, oh, this is a cute project. We can do it on my video today. Okay, so this, I'm using our regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I'm going to stay with Highland Heather because I feel like it could be a pair. So I'm not making a card, that's already a hint. I'm going to be making something else. So let's cut it at 5 inches. Hope I got that right there. 5 inches, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we've cut it at 5 inches, and then we're going to do some scoring here. We're going to score it, with the short end up, we're going to score it at 2 inches. Okay, so remember the scoring blade is this light colored one. 2 inches, and then 4 inches. Okay, 2 inches, then 4 inches. And then I'm going to turn it landscape here. And then we're going to score it at 2 inches. 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. Okay, for the 8 inches, I have to pull out this arm here. So this is the great thing about this trimmer, is that it has an arm extension. It actually goes really long. It goes all the way up to 17 inches. Okay, and then 8 inches. So just let me move this down here. 8 inches. We'll score it there. Okay, and then, so I don't know if you can kind of see the score lines on there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, okay, let me see. Maybe if I fold this, you can see the score lines a bit better. Okay. Okay, so there's some of the score lines there. On this side, because there's a fatter side, on the shorter side here, okay, I'm going to stick it under, and I am going to score at 1 inch, but I'm going to stop at this score line. Okay, so I'm just putting this at 1 inch. And then I'm just going to score, but only up to that score line. Okay, and then I'll move it down, and then we'll go to 5 inches. So there's 5 inches, and then we'll score, but I'm going to stop at that top score line. Okay, so I don't know if you can see there. See how I stopped right at that score line, and then I did one. Oh, I overshot it a bit, but you can see I did one here, and I stopped at this score line. Okay, so I think that might be all we need the trimmer for, so let me move it out of the way. So it is kind of like a little 3D item I'm making. Have you ever accidentally cut instead of scored? Oh yes, I have, but not today. Haha. Okay, so let me see. You see everything here? Okay, let me see whether I can burnish these score lines a bit so you know what's happening. Okay. The good thing about that scoring tool is it doesn't, some of them are such strong scores that they actually cut the paper, which is not what I'm going for. Okay, so this little edge on this side, I'm going to cut this piece off. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this piece at the top off. Okay, there we go. And then this, okay, yes, sorry, I had to think about it because, as I said, I have only done this once, which is today. Okay, so these little extra score lines that I made, they're just markers for me to know where the center is. It's kind of like the center of this square. Do you see that square there? So what I'm going to do is actually use my ruler, and I'm going to take a little pencil. Where's my pencil? Okay. And I'm going to draw like a little triangle here. Okay. Oh, that was a little off. Let's see whether I can do a better job here. Okay, so I'm basically going from where that score line meets that horizontal score line, and then I'm drawing like a triangle. This one is off, so just let me fix it. Okay. There. Okay. So hopefully you can see that there. I don't know. Can you see that? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side where this little score line is. See where this little score line is right there? Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw a little triangle. The score line acts as the top. Okay. So Lindsay, are you asking that question because you've done it lots of times or only a few times? Okay. Oh, I lied. I do need this little doohickey, my trimmer again. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick it in the trimmer. And what I'm looking for is I am looking for that pencil mark to be right in the groove. Okay, let's see whether I might have to stick my head under here to make sure I've got it. Oh, it is so hard to see in the light. When I did this earlier, the lighting was better. Maybe I made my pencil marks darker. I don't know. But I'm going to try and score on the pencil mark lines. Okay? I don't know if I did a good job. I'm trying to score on the pencil mark lines. Okay, that's what I'm doing there. And we're going to do the same thing with this pencil mark line. Okay? And so what I'm looking for actually, I don't know if my head's in the camera, I don't know, because now I have to get a little, I'm trying to put the pencil mark into the open part of the guide, because that's where the scoring tool will go. Okay, so basically I am scoring where the pencil mark is. That's all I'm trying to do here. It's not rocket science, but again, it does take some visual perceptual skills, which for some reason is challenging. Okay, so let's see whether we can get it there. Okay, and I am doing a good job at least remembering to score with the scoring blade, not the cutting blade, because then that wouldn't be scoring at all. That would just be called a mistake. Okay, so let's see whether we can get that in there. I really should have drawn my pencil marks darker. Let's see. I am going to try and draw it a bit darker. I don't know why I cannot see. Okay, let's see whether that helps us at all. It was so easy when I did it this morning. For some reason, it is not easy now. Okay. Because, oh, I was totally off there. I was like a whole 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, we'll just try our best. Okay, so anyway, we've made the pencil marks. We tried to score on it. Okay. Friends, are you sticking with me? I'm sorry that this seems a bit onerous, but the finished product will be super cute. I am hoping. Okay, so what we're going to do now, see how I've cut this? I'm now going to cut this top part off except this piece here, this piece closest to the flap. I'm not cutting that off. I hope I have this right. We are cutting the rest of it off, but not the last flap before this flap. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there and cut this off. Okay, and then I'm going to take the bottom parts and I'm just cutting along the score line, stopping at the horizontal score. Okay. Okay. So who else have we got on here? Is Maureen still on here? And don't know who else we saw popping in. Diane. I might have seen Mary Louise Hamill. I don't know whether she popped on. Okay. So there we go. I think we are doing well here. Hopefully we've got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape to seal it up. Okay. That's true. You know, I could have done the scoring with the Simply Scored tool and then not had any risk of accidentally using the trimming blade instead of the scoring blade. But I thought since this was right here, it would be easy to... Okay, so I'm just going to... Oh, I should have really done it the other way. Sorry, friends. I should have hidden my pencil mark inside, but it's too late now. Okay, okay. And then we can seal this part up here. Okay. There we go. So this is the bottom of our box here. Can you see that? We could probably trim off some of that, but just for the sake of time, I just want you to get the idea. Okay, and then hopefully we'll seal this up. Okay, so we've got we've got our pretty Highland Heather card, but it might be fun to have a cute little box to go with it. Okay, and then I'm going to push, and then where it is scored will kind of fold over a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can kind of see that. Okay, that's where it's gonna, that's where the seam of the box is, right there. Okay, so same thing on the other side, except I totally messed up the score line there, but we'll just try our best. Okay, there we go. The score line is off. Okay, but it's like a little purse. Okay, and so I'm going to give you the measurement for the, if we want to cover it with a bit of DSP, it's 1 7/8. Okay, so 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So you'll need a piece that's square, 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. The other piece you'll need will be 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, so then we'll have 2 pieces of DSP here. Okay, loop my trimmer now. And then we can stick it right on. We could use tear and tape, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to use my snail here. And this will be the longer piece is the one that goes on the back and folds over onto the flap. Can you see that? Okay, and then this small piece goes right on the front here. Okay, so wouldn't that be a cute little combo to have together? Okay, here's my little, it's like a little purse almost, a little lunch sack. Okay, ignore that score line because I got that wrong, but you can kind of see how that triangle score line, it really helps. Okay, and then we could put some candy inside or jewelry inside, right? And then let's go back to our Hoot Hoot Hooray stamp set, which after all is our special product of the month. I am going to use the For You little piece, but I'm going to stamp it in Gorgeous Grape. So I'm using all kind of purples today, right? The Highland Heather, some Gorgeous Grape. I used some Purple Posy blends. Okay, and then I'm going to use our little tiny 1/2-inch circle. Okay, so it's a really tiny circle, but it works perfectly for this little For You. Okay, and then I can use a glue dot here and we'll stick that on. Okay, so that's your kind of bonus project this month. And for those of you that haven't listened to me before, you'll know that I always have kind of a monthly online ordering special if you head to my online store. And then just click the Shop Now button and head to that. Sorry, this is the host code you'd use. You can just use that host code when you're shopping, and then I'll know to give you the online ordering perks, which this month is the make and take supplies for the projects that I've been showing. So you'll actually get 4 make and take supplies to create these cards. So even if you don't buy the Hoot Hoot Hooray stamp set, you could put, you know, your own little stamps in there. But of course, this one is super cute. Let me show you. I wanted to get the other one so that you remember what we did. This is the one we did last week, right? And this is the one from the week before. So if you want a class in the mail, it's just super easy. Your order just has to be a minimum of $50 when using that host code. If it's not $50, that's okay. You'll still get the tutorials emailed to you so that you can have all the measurements. You don't have to watch all the videos again. Okay, and then I am going to just close up this box. I mean, you could use anything to close it up, a bit of Velcro or whatever. But I think I'm going to just use our beautiful ribbon. I use so much of this ribbon. So much. I think it's called metallic edged ribbon. Silver metallic edged ribbon. And then I'm just going to tie a knot here. Sorry, my hands are probably all in the way. Okay, would have been good if I had a bone folder to burnish it. Okay, but can you kind of see how I'm just, it just keeps the flap closed, the ribbon. Okay, I need another finger to hold it there, but let's just go really fast. Okay, and then we can pull this up Okay, so then we've got like a little tassel at the top almost. Okay, there we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, I scored it a little wrong there, but you get the idea. And so then you could put this in a nice cellophane envelope, write a really nice message inside, and present them with a little jewelry or a little treat inside. It's a nice little combo. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the projects today. Hope you enjoyed the stamping inspiration. And don't forget, you can reach me anytime. My contact info is on my website, genevieve.stampinup.net, and you can also go to my online store and all sorts of things. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Bye for now. I'm going to say bye. I hear my kids coming home from school. Okay, normally I start earlier, but soon you're going to hear lots of footsteps coming in. Okay, bye everyone. Thanks for tuning in.